In case you guys missed the community post, Microsoft did declare a dividend increase of almost 11%. This was actually one of the companies in my last update where I went over 6 companies that will be increasing their dividend in the month of September. This is an awesome dividend. It's a double-digit raise, and we did absolutely nothing, but they will be paying 62 cents now as well. They did announce a 60 billion buyback share repurchase. So Microsoft ended up declaring 62 cents per share quarterly, which is a 10.7 increase from the prior dividend of 56 cents. That is pretty awesome, guys. We're gonna see have some scripts that well, I guess we're gonna kick off the scripts, but I did put up a spreadsheet by itself so I can show you guys how much this 10.7% increase affected our snowball. So we're going to see that as well. The board of directors also approved a new share repurchase program, which is authorizing up to 60 billion in share repurchase. And then we do have 2 other dividend raises that I will be showing you guys. And the next raise was Realty Income coming in with 23.6 cents per share. So Realty Income declares 23.6 share monthly dividend, which is a 0.2% increase from the prior 23.55 cents. So that's not much, but remember that Realty Income has been increasing their dividend every 3 months, and I don't really care. I just welcome any type of raise for us. Overall, it should come out to be like about 3% dividend CAGR at the end of the year, and I believe actually Realty Income has been paying for 112 months in dividends, which is pretty awesome. And so the last one, guys, here is American Towers raises its dividend by 3%, which will also redeem its 2022 notes. One of the things here is that they increased their dividend, and this one's actually a little different the way that the notification shows up, but the company is set to pay $1.31 per share. So this is pretty awesome, guys. Remember that American Tower so far has about 14% for the overall year and how much they raised their dividend, and they typically raise their dividend every single quarter, which is amazing. What's up, everybody? This is Investing Sensei here to bring you episode 101 of the portfolio update. So this is pretty awesome. As you'll see, the portfolio right now is at $188,439.99. We are down, but this is actually creating great buying opportunities for us, as well as our dividends are getting reinvested at a cheaper price, which means we are buying more shares. If we look at the value over time real quick, I will show you guys the 1 month. We have been just going down a little bit. This is nothing to worry about. Overall, the long term, we will go up. But if we look at the 1 quarter, you'll see that we just have been moving upwards, and we've hit up at top of like 192, 193, and now we're correcting a little bit. But if we look at the 1 year over time, we just have been continuing to go up. We have been getting our ups and downs, but the overall trend is upwards as well. If you look at the overall value, you'll see that this little market crash here was the 2020 March, and now it's looking like a little dip, not that huge. So as long as we are investing for the long term, we're going to continue to grow our wealth as well as our dividends, our passive snowball that we are building. Yeah, guys, I'm actually having some pretty cool stuff for you guys in this episode. There's a company that I did buy over $700 worth, and it's a great dividend growth company that I think in the long term it will outperform a lot of things in the dividends. It's such a great company that I want to buy more. It's just that I just need to continue to dollar cost average, because if the company continues to move downwards, I will be buying more, and I don't want to put all my money in all at once. So I will be continuing to dollar cost average into it. So I will cover that for you guys as well. I did create a kind of like a sheet for you guys where we will kick off these scripts, because remember, we did get 3 dividend raises and we did absolutely nothing for that. I want to show you guys what the difference is just from getting these raises and how it affects our snowball. So we will kick these scripts and you guys can see the difference, so it'll be pretty awesome. But as you'll see, our cash balance right now is at $3.71. and we are going to continue to reinvest that. This is actually from a dividend, so let's go ahead and go into the activities, guys. So as you'll see in the activities, we have our range of 9/13 2021, and so that actually is going to tell us for what we did this week. So if we look at the very bottom, you'll see on the 13th of September we got a dividend from 3M of $38.62. This is pretty awesome. We did absolutely nothing for this, and these dividends are going to continue to pour in. On the 14th, we reinvested that, and we bought some more 3M. So we continue to reinvest these, and as well, you'll see on the 15th we got a dividend from McDonald's of $3.20, relative income of $14.09. This should go up higher now that we got that raise, not by a lot, but it still be some. Then we got a dividend from Duke of $25.35, and then Home Depot of $14.89. This is pretty sweet, guys, because a lot of the dividends now that are pouring in are getting close to the $10 or greater, which is pretty awesome. And that is my goal, is to try to get every single position I have to pay me out at least $10 every time they do pay out. So as you'll see over here in my Google Sheets, this quarterly payout, if we look at it back in 2019 Q1, we were making $100, and you know, we are just blowing past that. As you'll see, we're working on 2021 Q3, and it's pretty awesome. We're gonna wrap up September pretty great. We're making quite a bit of dividends, and that is what I want to see. Imagine 10 years from now how much dividends will be pouring in. So it'll be exciting to see this, as well as projected annual income. I guess I did purchase a lot of dividend shares this week, so it'll be exciting to see if we can get this up higher, which I know we will. Even though the portfolio went down and overall value, we were like trading 193 or so, and now we're at 188. We're still going to see all of this continue to move upwards no matter what the portfolio is doing, and that is one of the reasons why I really love dividend growth investing. But anyways, guys, if we look at the activities again, here is the major one. So as you'll see, we did 4 buys, 1 sell, 4 buys of $831.87, and then 1 sell of $614.58. So as you guys can see, we ended up actually selling out of NEO. We actually sold it at a small profit, and the reason why is because I wanted to buy some more Lockheed Martin. So Lockheed Martin is that company that I did end up buying over $700 worth of it. I think it has just been getting beaten down, and I think I'm gonna take that opportunity to buy, and I'm gonna continue to dollar cost average into it, as well as AbbVie. As you guys see, we bought $99.35 of AbbVie. As well, McDonald's, we just reinvested its dividend, and then Realty Income, we reinvested its dividend. So these are the 2 main companies I'm focused on buying right now more shares of. It's pretty awesome, and so I'm gonna actually show you guys in a little bit, after we go through this all activities, some information about Lockheed Martin. So on the 17th, we got the dividend from Waste Management of $3.71, which you guys saw in the cash balance. This will get reinvested on Monday morning, and it should buy us some more shares of Waste Management, so that next quarter when they do pay out, we get paid more than $3.71. And that is how we're going to be growing our snowball every single day. So well, I guess not every single day, but every single month at least. On the 17th, we did 2 buys of $40.24, and this was the dividend reinvestment of Home Depot, $14.89, Duke Energy, $25.35, and then we ended up depositing $120. So here's one of the things. The reason why I added $120 is because I believe 6 companies this week paid me out in dividends, and my goal that I set myself to is that every time a company does pay me out a dividend, I will contribute an additional $20 towards that company. So since Waste Management paid me a dividend, I will add $20 to it, and I think that's just an aggressive way for me to grow my dividend snowball. It allows me to make sure that I deposit more money. So as you'll see, we did deposit a total of $320 this week, and that is because I wanted to buy $100 worth of Lockheed Martin and $100 worth of AbbVie, but at the same time we got 6 dividends, so that forced me to add $120 on top of that. So I think it's a great way and a fun way to try to get this snowball much larger. But we did 6 buys, and you guys can guess it. All right, so we bought $20 worth of Duke, Home Depot, Waste Management, Realty Income, 3M, and McDonald's, because they all paid me out this week. So next quarter they should pay us a lot more, because these $20 do add up over time. As you guys can see, it's really funny how if we look at like Home Depot's previous dividends, you can see that snowball kind of grow. But anyways, let's go ahead and find out how much we made in passive income this week for doing absolutely nothing, guys. So let's go ahead and click calculate dividends, which is a script that I did write. If you guys are new to the channel, I do have it in one of the tutorials and one of the playlists, so check it out. It's completely free. All I ask is that you're subscribed with that bell notification, and you support the channel by simply hitting that like button. That's all I ask in return. So let's go ahead and click calculate dividends, and that is pretty awesome, guys. We were so close to $100 in passive income for this week. We made $99.86. So that is pretty awesome. And so we're gonna go ahead and reinvest those $100, as you guys saw. So next week, I guess not next week, but next quarter, we should get a lot more dividends. So it's always exciting to come back and see. But as I promised you guys, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of information about Lockheed Martin. So Lockheed Martin's trading around $340.98 right now. To me, I think it has been beaten down so much as well. It'd probably be easier if I show you guys this chart here. So this is just Google with the charts for Lockheed Martin. If we look at the 6 months, you'll see that Lockheed Martin has reached almost a high of like 390 or so. And it has just been trending downwards. If we look at the 1 year, it has actually hit a low of like 330 or so. Well, I guess 320. And then if we look, it went up and now it's coming back down. If we look at the 5 year, it has just continued fluctuating, very volatile kind of, and it has been going upwards. But if we look at the max over time, this thing has just been on fire, moving upwards in the long term. And I think that's what's going to happen to us as well. We will, just grow this and continue to do this as well. If we look at the Seeking Alpha, we'll show you guys the dividend summary right here. You'll see that it's almost a 3.05% dividend yield, which is amazing, guys. For Lockheed Martin, this is pretty awesome. Annual payout is about $10.40. Payout ratio is 39.32%, which they have such a big room to grow their dividend, and their 5-year CAGR is 9.52%, which is almost a double-digit CAGR. 2-year growth, I think they skipped like a dividend for some reason, and right now they're paying about $2.60 every single quarter, which is pretty awesome. This is actually one of the companies that will be increasing their dividend in the coming weeks, so this is going to go up higher, and if the stock continues to go downwards, we're going to get this dividend yield even higher. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm going to continue to average into Lockheed Martin. I want to buy some more shares, and we're going to see how that grows in the long term. The other thing I want to show you about Lockheed Martin is if we look at the dividend yield here on the tab, and we look at the yield, dividend yield, you'll see that the spikes that go higher, that means that the dividend yield is much higher, which typically means that it's a better chance, a better opportunity for you to get in. So as you'll see that if we look at the peak on this one, the dividend yield for Lockheed Martin came out to be about 3.26. So we're getting close to that. And then over here, as you'll see, when it goes lower, that means that the share price was much higher. And that's usually a worse time to get in. So right here, you'll see the spike right here of 3.32, and now we're actually trending upwards. So that means that our dividend yield is getting much higher, as you guys saw earlier. And if the stock price continues to go downwards, we're gonna see this go up and spike up more. And I will be buying, guys. I will be buying and averaging into my shares, because actually this actually brings us into the Google Sheets, which if I show you guys my holdings, and we look at Lockheed Martin, we have about 20.8 shares, but this is actually before we did the $700 purchase. You'll see that if we look at the yield on cost, this is my yield on cost, meaning that if we look at it from the current cost per share. My current cost per share is $366.50. Currently it's trading at 345 or so. So yield on cost is 2.84. Dividend yield is 3.01. So this is if you were to purchase Lockheed Martin at the current prices right now, you'd get around 3%. My yield on cost is actually lower. I want this to always be higher than the current dividend yield, as you'll see if we compare it to something like Microsoft. So Microsoft, if we were to look at it, dividend yield was 7.76% compared to the yield on cost of 1.61%. The reason why is because my cost per basis for Microsoft is $139 and Microsoft's trading around close to $300. So that is why I'm going to be averaging down on Lockheed Martin. This is a perfect opportunity for me to do this, and you know, just these dividends are going to be awesome in the long term. So one of the things that I want to show you guys, which I put something for you here, is this quick sheet. So I have this copy of our current positions before we kick off any of the raises. So I just went ahead and included Lockheed Martin, but these are the 3 companies that raised their dividend this past week, and I'm going to show you guys what the difference is. So all it is I did a VLOOKUP on the holdings tab, and so we're going to see what the difference increases. This is just a copy of this at the current point in time so that we can see the difference. But what we need to do is actually go over here to the latest dividends, and well, not latest dividends, it's actually dividend payout. So this actually is sorted by pay dates. So we're going to kick off the scripts, and hopefully it should pick up Microsoft's and American Tower's and relative incomes increase. So we're gonna hit the latest dividends, and it should wipe everything for us and figure out all the new declared dividends for us and our portfolio. So there it goes. It should pick them up. It takes a little bit, but it's a pretty useful script that I have as well. I do have this for free. It's a tutorial. Check it out if you're new to the channel. And again, all I ask is that you're subscribed with that bell notification, as well by supporting the channel by hitting that like button. So first one right here, guys, if we look, Microsoft, here's our dividend increase that I announced earlier, relative incomes increase as well, and American Towers. So we can now go look at the yield. So if we look at the yield, you'll see that hopefully it did pick it up, but yield on dividend yield here for us, and this is our compared one. So let's see, maybe it didn't pick it up. Oh, it's not gonna pick it up, guys, because I need to actually update our holdings. So our holdings, if we actually look, that'll actually be interesting. So if we click on portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, it'll wipe this and recalculate everything as well. This would be pretty interesting to see how much our projection increased just by the dividend raises that we got this week. So we'll wait till this gets calculated real quick, and it'll be exciting. So as you'll see, this is not any of our purchases from this past week. This is just dividend raises for those 3 companies. So we ended up increasing it to $2,747, and then for the month we went up to $228.98, and so on, right, guys? And this is actually pretty awesome. Hourly work wage, this is for our portfolio, was to go work a 40-hour work week. They would get paid an hourly rate of $1.32. We're going to try to get this to minimum wage, but as you guys see, we got a 1 penny raise, so that's pretty awesome. But now if we look at the yield, this should actually pick up our difference. So let's go ahead and look. So Lockheed Martin shouldn't change because we didn't get a raise from them yet. But if we look at Microsoft right here, you'll see that yield on cost is 1.78%. So that is compared to the 1.61 before the raise. So that is pretty cool. We're getting close to the 2% dividend yield. As you'll see, if you were to purchase Microsoft at the current share price after the raise, it would have been 0.84% now versus 0.76%. That's after the raise. So that is pretty sweet. Our projected payout is $194.90 compared to $176.04. So that's quite a bit of raise. If we look at relative income, it probably won't be much, but it's 5.03% compared to 5.02. Current dividend yield 4.17, 4.16. And then for the projected payout, it didn't really increase that much. It only went up a couple pennies, 169.11, 169.47. So not much there, but let's look at American Towers. Yield on cost 2.61% compared to 2.53%. And then dividend yield here, you'll see it went up about 5.05%. And then for the projected payout, it went up a couple pennies, and that's because we don't have that many shares in American Towers. But that is pretty sweet. You guys can see the difference in how much a dividend raise can do. It'll definitely increase that snowball, as you guys can see here, compared to this difference, especially for the annual payout. This is where it makes a huge difference. So it's almost close to 2,750 almost. So we're kind of halfway there. Remember, we're trying to get this to 3,000 before the end of the year, and all these raises are going to help us. But now it's time for us, guys, is to actually go to settings. We're going to actually include the total positions that we bought this week. So this is going to include all the Lockheed Martin, AbbVie, all these companies that I bought this week, and we're going to see how that increased our projected income. So we're going to have to jump over to personal capital, and I'll see you guys in a little bit so that we can get the portfolio holdings from our latest M1 positions. Alright guys, so we're here at personal capital. On my M1 finance account, you'll see this green button. If you guys aren't new to the channel, I have scripts for all of this stuff, but this just copies the content of our positions from M1. Click copy, and that copies it into our clipboard, which means we can jump back over to personal capital, not personal capital, but Google Sheets, and then we can paste it. So paste special values only, and then we are good to go to holdings. You'll see that currently, if we were to find Lockheed Martin, 20.8 shares. After we kick it off, we should see much higher because we did buy almost $700 of Lockheed Martin. So portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, and this will get wiped. And we can jump back over here to the dashboard and see how much it's actually going to increase it. So it'll be very exciting, guys. And as you already saw how much just a couple of dividend raises affected our projection. So it's exciting to see. So this is pretty sweet. We are up at $2,780.70 for the month, to $231.73. So we're trying to get this to $250, which means would be about $3,000 in annual payouts. For the week, $53.48 compared to $52.46. And then for the day, we went up a couple cents hourly. We actually are making one more penny every single hour, so that's pretty sweet. And then for the hourly work wage, we went up to $1.34 compared to $1.31. So we went up, what, 2 more pennies compared to the raise. So that is pretty sweet, guys. We're gonna try to get this to minimum wage and see how that plays out. But this is pretty cool, guys. You'll see how passive this income increases, as you'll see how much we increased it, and the portfolio went down to 188,000. So it's pretty sweet how every single week we come back and we still see our snowball continue to grow, no matter what the portfolio is doing or what the stock market is doing in general. So that is pretty sweet, and that's one of the reasons why I really like dividend growth investing. But anyways, guys, this is all I have for you guys in this update. Be sure that you're subscribed with that notification if you haven't done so already. As well, be sure to like that video so that it helps the channel. And as well, go ahead and show me that you guys stuck all the way to the very end by dropping a hashtag LMT for the company that I did purchase over $700. Let me know your thoughts about Lockheed Martin, if you guys own it, if you guys don't, if you guys will be staying away from it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.